And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. For just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
Okay, so we have 30 minutes that I need to fill in for today's videos. This is off stream, completely ran this way. The birdies want me to finish up with it so that they can listen to music, because I can't have the radio on and record this. So we're going to do 30 minutes of it and call it. Yeah, see, she's already getting excited because she knows I'm going to turn the radio on. I mentioned the radio. I think she's starting to understand the word radio, which is terrifying in its own right. Okay, so first off, let's see about getting my stuff out of my inventory cleared. I was going to do it before. Totally forgot. We're still doing Gears 1 for stream today. So it will pop up just like normal. The difference is that we are, here we go. Okay, I have these scrolls. I need to, like, put them away. It's just not going to be for today's videos. It'll be for next week's. It'll be good. With me having my Guild Wars 1 videos, like, separated and stuff, it's coming out to be very helpful. There we go. This needs to be identified. Weekends, duration, 33 stacks, mastery of axe. Okay, I do have one guy who's got an axe. It's you, right? No, he's a sword. I thought I had someone with an axe on my team. I know that one of my characters uses it, but that's not probably the thing. This one. Yeah, he's got axe as a potential. I don't really see he doesn't have all of his spots cleared out. Let's see. What has he got? It is 7 to 10. Do all of these have to be a sword skill? He doesn't. This one's gotta have swordman skill. That one's swordman's. He has 2 axe skills. Cyclone. Okay, so we'll leave that. He has a scythe, I'm pretty sure, right? I can't really see very well because his stuff's in the way. Yeah, he got a scythe. Okay, cool. I think she's also got a scythe. Okay, that's fine. I know one of my characters, Primary Ranger, has that. Do I have that one's? I like it's a piercing axe. A lot of axes, actually. Magic illusion. Okay, that's kind of more useful for a mesmer. Half spells, earth. Magic channeling. Let's see. I have a lot of junk in my bank and not a lot of space, like things that I need. Probably should sell some of them. I'm gonna take some of the crafting materials out, I think. Hold up. Actually, this... Are these things the same thing? Yeah, they are. Okay, I'm wasting space then. Okay, cool. Let me see about putting this closer to the beginning. Oh, yeah, yeah. I remembered that. I was like, there's something else I was gonna put away. What's that? I'm gonna do the cupcakes. We're storing any food-related things away so that I don't have to worry about anymore. I'm pretty sure I have hunters something. I had some on my person. I don't know if that counts as a thing at the moment. You know what I mean? This could be dealt with. Just need basically salvaging kit for it. Yeah, there we go. And just, okay, so this is another salvaging kit thing. There we go. Let's see. I might do a bow thing. I don't know. What's this one? Casting. Smithing chance. No. Yeah, so there is. I was like, I thought I had something else, but I don't have another thing. I was mistaken with what I had. See, I don't have this one. I think this is with my main character. There's that. I'm gonna get rid of the axe thing because I have so many. Well, I don't have so many hammers, but I don't have a character who uses a hammer yet. And if I do, I'll just find a component. We'll get rid of. Yeah, we'll get rid of this pommel because the other one has 25 on it. There we go. I don't know if I need that specifically, but better safe than sorry. Okay, and I don't care for the golden egg. Alright, it's not an amazing thing right now, but it's something. Okay, so what we got mission-wise? We've got some primal stuff. Are these ones here on this map? Fool's luck. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to get one more. Let me get an archer. Could get another healer, but I think everyone's got some healing skills of some caliber. How's it going? Are you okay? I know you didn't get very much sleep because the birds kept waking up. They were so disturbed, like, loud last night. I mean, I had a nap, so I didn't have a problem. You know what I mean? Oh, we're going far. So, for me, it wasn't that, like, insane. What about this one? Okay, let's go grab the elixir. Is this one closer to the elixir, then? Let's grab the elixir first, and then we'll see about going from there. My reason being that it's closer, obviously, but it could also be very useful in regards to getting in through the back, so that we're not having to go through the entire continent. I wanted to take the scenic route, so sorry I went the stupid way when I could have just went the other way. I wasn't paying attention to the small map. I'm still just waking up. I do like the gloves on this. I don't know what the deal is. I can't tell what's on her elbows. Hold on, right, look, scrolling while she's moving. Okay, I thought they were feathers, but I think they're supposed to be blades or like spiky bits, so that grabbing their arms is harder. You know, kind of thing that I'm kind of going with. Oh, the Arbalist. Hello, Mr. Arbalist. Hello there. I've gotten an elixir for whatever ails you, so let me know if I can help. My herbs concoctions have gained quite a reputation. Okay. We should get started as soon as possible. I'd hate to keep the mighty Koss from his precious potions. At least his oversized muscles start shivering like raisins. The way where you're like, I like that he isn't even like upset about it. He's just like, yeah, let's just do it. You know, he's making jokes, but I could tell. For me, it sounds like he's making jokes at, like, as a tease for Koss, and he's not like being unnecessarily rude or hateful. Like they're taking the they're taking the piss out of it. If you can. I don't know what other phrase I can think of that means the same thing as that. But people always say taking the piss is like we're overly joking and you're just being jovial in your way of being. Murmuring ambush. Huh. I mean, we're gonna fight it. I'm just curious as to what I'm looking at. Let me see if I can hit the right ones. There's a scarecrow in the mix of all that. This number 6 is great. Very powerful. It's becoming my new favorite. Mostly because it seems like it lets everything else kind of catch up, skill-wise. Because the problem isn't that the, my problem I've noticed with a lot of the builds I've done, right, is not that they are using, the skills themselves. A lot of the skills are really, really fun to use. The problem is, a lot of them are, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, okay. It's like I didn't know how close they would notice. It's not that it would matter. The problem is that it takes a really long time to charge a lot of them. So it's kind of one of those things. So it's nice that this skill is making recharges so much faster. Especially considering the fact there's a lot of fun skills for Scythe and stuff, or specifically the Ritualist. Is it Ritualist? I think I can't remember. No, not Ritualist. Sorry, wrong one. For the Durvin, Ritualist has a different skill set. I try to remember. I was like trying to keep my classes together. It's early in the morning. It's like 8:45. I'm just woke up not more than 45 minutes ago, and I've only had like a yogurt cup and a cup of coffee. Not that that's a complaint on my part. It's just that my cognitive capabilities are not fully loaded. And I could have waited a few hours more, but I have to edit the first video to cut out some unnecessary fat, which isn't going to take me long, but I would like to do it just in case. Excellent. Slay it, and harvest the berries. Okay, so we gotta fight these guys and then slay the berries. Okay, cool. But yeah, I like the extra time to make sure it gets done in case something happens. Errors sometimes happen, and then I have to reload it, and then it takes a while, and then it becomes a problem. The list goes on, the list goes on. See if we can get rid of this guy over here. I feel like the extra additives are a problem. My number 7 is so much nicer now that I can actually use it to its max capacity. There we go. Got it? I've got the elixir for whatever ails you. Yeah, got it. Well, the potion are complete and just in time. I think I hear something heading this way. Quick, drink these and deal as fast. Do as fast as you can. Change the power elixir will be make short work. What? If you give me a second. Oh my god, he's been like, wait for it. He's been swindled. I cannot tag you if it's red. I feel like something like that. Anyone else got power? Oh my god. I can't handle a little rut like this. All the subconscious in the world can't help you if you lift your weapon, huh? You can see the look on his face. I've had a lot of fun today. Drink the antidote and your strength will be restored. Really? Interesting. Why would you do that kind of prank on him? That seems kind of odd. Sorry for deceiving you, but Koss needed to be taught a lesson. He should know by now that the true power comes from within, not from any elixir. I can only hope that I've made some impression on him today. I've mostly likely wasted my efforts. It is quite entertaining to see the simpleton as weak as a trimmer hatching. Okay, That's cool and all. But also, I see, like, why'd you waste my time? Like, you said, oh, I'm sorry, I wasted your time. You wasted my time to make a joke out of him, which is funny. Like, it is a ha-ha thingy, but it's also, like, I don't know, really kind of boring, you know? It's like, dude, like, I have places to be, and I don't need this. I don't know if there's any, I hope there's, things, like, maps on the way here, or, like, waypoints that we can go to. Cities that we can land on the way here. Because we're gonna have to walk quite a distance. I don't know. Like, I get the funniness of it, of haha, humbling and stuff like that, but also, we do live in a world with magic, and potions and stuff can actually help. They don't make you all powerful, granted, but they definitely still help. So to me, it seems kind of weird to do that to somebody. Because, like, even though Koss has got an ego, yeah, that's, you know, he's got an ego, it's fine. But, like, I don't know. To me, it seems a little weird. I mean, maybe in this world, potions are kind of like vitamins are, where they're not a cure-all. They're not a fix-all everything. You have to take them with other things. Like vitamins without exercise and proper hydration mean nothing type of thing. Like, you need to be drinking water, you still need to be doing exercises, you still need to be putting in the efforts, that kind of thing. Because vitamins just boost your immunity or your systems for a little bit. And you have to actually take them for a while for them to actually hold any, like... You take them about a month at a time on a regular basis for them to build up, depending on the quantity. And, not only that, you have to be doing other things. Vitamins alone are not enough to sustain you. They just kind of help. As someone who takes vitamins for certain things, like, okay, take fish oil, for example. And fish oil is supposed to help with your focus a little bit, because it's got, like, the omega-3 in it. And I can confirm that omega-3 at least makes me feel better. I think it's omega-3 that's in it, but I know that fish oil helps with my attention. But it's not a be-all cure. Sometimes I would be really, really distracted, and fish oil does not fix it. You have to, like, counter it with, you know, proper exercising and giving yourself a break when you know something, when you're not at your best. Alright? Granted, I've mentioned my ADHD before and stuff. It's not an unusually or it's not a hard thing to deal with for most parts, because normally in most of the world, like, it's really funny because when I was growing up at school, they always made it seem like, oh, if you don't keep up, you're gonna be left behind. They're not gonna give you a moment in life. I'm like, but as I've gotten older and I've started working in, like, work zone, like, in the, granted, I'm working in, like, normal day jobs, not, like, something difficult. Like, if you're a doctor or, you know, like, a lawyer where the costs are pretty high and the strain, you know, the risks are pretty high, that kind of thing, this may not count. But for somebody like myself who is an average Joe that just worked, you know, a normal job, I found that it's not hard to just say, hey, can you give me a moment? My brain isn't all caught up. There were times where my bosses, when I tried to explain something, I'd get, like, frustrated with myself, not with them, but frustrated with myself because I couldn't communicate what I wanted because I was excited, positive or otherwise, or overwhelmed. And then I'd have to ask my boss, hey, can I have a moment? And then they would give me that moment. At one time, I remember this happening a lot in Walmart because Walmart's job was more stressful. It wasn't bad, it just had more stresses to it. There were more customers to deal with, more stocks to load, like shelves to load. It wasn't a bad experience. I'm glad I got the experience that I got. But it was much more, you had to do a lot of things at once, a lot of multitasking. And it really was difficult at first with the multitasking. It got better. It got a lot easier to multitask. But one of the things that I found really difficult, I was trying to explain to my boss where something went. We had moved something away from a specific spot, and there's certain like products are not allowed to be sat near certain things, and you're not allowed to block certain exits and ports and stuff because of safety reasons and OSHA violations, right? So we had placed a pallet where it wasn't supposed to be. Okay. It was it was a potential OSHA violation. My boss was trying to ask me why we'd moved it there, and then what happened is we had like a lot of shipments coming off. I want to say it was around Thanksgiving time, so we got lots of seasonings and foods in, but it could have been Christmas too. I just remember it being like there was a lot of like congestion in the back, especially for Walmart, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. There's a lot of congestion back there. There is a ton of like stuff that they have to like move around, and then they have to make room for stuff. And they're like they try to keep stuff relatively low, so they would end up storing a lot of that Christmas stuff high on shelves because it was easier to do it that way. Okay, so I'm trying to see if there's a safer way around this way. I don't want to have to go through the middle. I mean, we theoretically could. We could try and run through it, and it might be a big deal, but I don't want to have to do it if I can help it. Anyways, but, so yeah, we had a lot of congestion. We put something in a position we're not supposed to. It was temporary. It was not supposed to be there for very long. It was supposed to be there for, like, 30 minutes. We were sitting there watching it, but it was a notice of violation, so people were worried. So the boss asked me why we did this, and I tried to explain. I got overwhelmed because I was trying to explain the order, and then eventually I said, can you give me a moment? I'm going to try and get, like, my head straight on it, because he knew I wasn't trying to, like, lie to him. He goes, normally, you know, I was trying to explain to him in an organal fashion. So I explained to him much slower after giving myself a moment to do it. And he goes, oh, okay, so you guys just stuck this here temporarily because of how everything was conjuring, and that they also were unloading a grocery truck at the same time, and getting the groceries off the floor as quickly as possible was more important, because they were trying to get eggs and milk and ice cream into the freezer. And then, you know, and that caused a bit of a pickle. Not in a, like, a malicious way, it just literally was that. I don't know why this one guard is here by himself, but whatever. It's weird that we're just kind of walking into, essentially, a base. I mean, we already, like, took the base earlier, but there's still a lot of people here, and we're beating up one group, and there's another, like, few groups just at the door, just chilling. We're just going right through middle of town. Anyways, but, so yeah, he gave me a moment. And in life, adults, most of the time, if you need a moment to get your thoughts together, they will give you that moment. And granted, there are times where you can't do that, like, when you're in line and there's a rush of things, or there's traffic stuff. But it's very, very rare. School made it seem like it was guaranteed, like, you had to have your crap together, or not at all kind of thing. And it's really horrible because in real life, that's not how this works, you know? And like I said, there are jobs where that is a thing. Like, there are high-pressure jobs like doctors and stuff where that isn't a possibility. But I'm dyslexic, and I am not capable of that level of intelligence. I probably could if I wanted to, but I don't have the desire to be those things. And so, I don't have to worry about this. And it really irritated me about that in school, about how they made it seem... They made it seem like life was going to be such a burden. It sounds so horrible when I say it like that, because that's such an inappropriate way to, like, see the world and see life in general at large. But they made it seem, when I was growing up, like life was going to be so difficult for me, and that I wasn't going to be able to make it through because I couldn't keep up with my ABCs. The reality is, I can read, I can write, I can speak, and that's enough. I mean, and I know basic math. Basic math does help. But, like, I didn't need all, like... to be the best of the best. I just needed to try my hardest. And I don't think school really taught me that so much as my dad taught me that. My dad told me that if you're going to do a job, do it right the first time. Or if you got to do a job, do it right as best you can. If you can do it right the first time, then great. And if you can't, then you better do it right the second time. He believed in trying to do it, you know, to do the best you could. And give your best services when you work. Because if you weren't going to do your best job at doing XYZ thing, then why were you there? Kind of thing. Let's go right at this town. I don't know if we'll be able to make it over there, but I'm glad there's a village here. I was hoping that there was a waypoint here, but I wasn't positive there was. But yeah, my dad, it's weird because my dad never made me feel pressured to be, I don't know, like, I never felt the pressure that I couldn't do something. My dad always just made it seem like if you pulled yourself by your bootstraps, you could do it. And you could. I still felt a little pressure when trying to do tasks for him because I always was worried I couldn't do them as well as him because my dad's not neurotypical. My dad does not have the issues that I have. The learning disabilities came from my mom's side of the family. The reading issues probably might exist on both sides, but my dad's a stubborn man. And I say this with pride and respect because he's a stubborn man. If he can't do something, he's going to continue to do it until he can do it right or good, right? Or to a capacity that he feels is substantially good. You know, it's one thing I really wish I had that level of stubbornness. Sorry, I was checking to see what these things are. They have a pet elder crocodile. That's funny. You know what, though? Now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense because there are frogs that will take up pet. There's frogs that will take up pet animals, and then there are also like alligators that will take up pet frogs. I think there's alligators that do that. I know for a fact that there are frogs that will take pets. I remember reading an article about that. I was like, that is the cutest thing. I think it's spiders. I think there's a certain breed of frog that will take up pet spiders. That was a lot easier to fight that, baby. And the spiders and the frog have a symbiotic relationship, where the spider will help take care of the frog's young, and the frog also like feeds the spider, and vice versa, stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if the spider feeds the frog, but I do know that the frog, like the spider being there, helps deter, problems. It's interesting. I can't remember the full information on the matter. Sorry, I was looking around. I was trying to see the pathways and see if there was a pathway I could take. What? Oh, I don't care about that. Huh. Interesting, sorry. I was looking around. I wonder if the water here is passable. It looks like there's spots like that, but I don't see a spot. I don't see... There's probably a way to go further, but I think we'll just have to go through here anyways. So we might as well just do that. See if we can get these guys going. Those things are so cool looking. I love it. I do like those types of monsters exist. It's a shame that we don't have something like that in Guild Wars 2. I mean, Guild Wars 2 has some other cool monsters, but those things look almost like interesting. Alright, I think we can go ahead and grab these guys. Theoretically grab them. But yeah, so my dad's stubbornness makes it to where he successes by sheer will. Which is amazing. I wish him and my sister had that little stubbornness. It's like, I wish I had that stubbornness. The only time I run on the other kind of stubbornness, which is okay, this is how do I say this without it sounding odd? Really, I'm the type to I see if there's stuff here. Let's see if I can get these. I don't know if we can grab these guys without triggering the other guys. If I get inspired to do things based on wanting to do them out of excitement, which is not the best, or being motivated to do it as a gift-giving thing for somebody else. I learned to crochet and stuff because someone made me a baby blanket that was crocheted. Well, my great-grandmother made it for me. And I wanted to learn to crochet because it felt like such a special thing, and I learned to crochet that way. So, not a complaint, not saying anything bad about that, but I learned that because of how much it meant. And it was something that if I had kids, I'd want to make a baby blanket for them too, to crochet them, because I felt like it was a very loving thing to offer a unborn child that you don't even know, and I don't think she even got to be around when I was born, or if she was, it was for a very short period of time. So she basically made a baby blanket for a baby that she would never really get to know very well. Like, she never got to see me as an adult kind of thing. or as a teenager. You know, because I think it was my one of my grandparents on my dad's side, a great grandparent, like I said. And it could have been also my mother, I can't remember exactly. But the idea is the same. It's really sweet that they did that. You know, she didn't have to do that. Blankets take a long time. Especially the one that she made. She used the shell pattern to make it. Which, if you know anything about crocheting, isn't necessarily an impossible, like, super duper hard one. The problem is it's very time consuming. Because what the shell pattern, basically, for crocheting is like 7 little stitches into one. And that makes one shell. And in order to make it, you have to do like 7 across the whole thing. It's a lot. It's a very time-consuming one. It makes for such a very pretty blanket, and it makes for a really nice texture. It's my favorite stitch. And it will never change, because I won't lie, it's biased. I got it from that blanket, and it was the first stitch I taught myself to do. Anyway, I watched tutorials on how to do it on YouTube. And, it's definitely not the easiest one to learn off the top of the bat. It's not super hard, but it's definitely not the easiest one. But I pushed myself with YouTube videos to learn it because I didn't have any relatives close by who could teach me on a regular basis. Most of them lived a town away, and you can't really learn crocheting over the phone very easily. At least not with me, because, you know, I couldn't tell my left and right from my, you know, over the phone if you were talking to me, because I'd be like, what? Having a moment of absolute forgetfulness. But watching someone on YouTube, I could pause it, rewind it, do it again, and I learned a lot of, like, I learned almost all of the stitches I learned from YouTube, from watching other people do it. So, great. I'm very happy and grateful that those videos were there, because I learned a skill from it. That being said, it's fun because I can make plushies now and stuff like that, and my problem is I don't have a lot of energy to do it all the time, and I really want to fix that, and I feel like the more I lose weight and the more I watch my health, and because a lot of my weight makes me lose a lot of energy, because of being, what's the word I'm looking for? I've noticed that the more weight I've lost, the more energy I have, because it's not as being strenuous as before. It could also just be that everything's flowing better in my body. Who knows? I don't know. I do feel better, and therefore I am able to get more done. So my hope is to continue to work on my health and get better. And then I will be able to do all the fun little things. I'm hoping to get over this map. This is a long walk. We're doing pretty good, I think. I think we're really close. I hope that there's another city on the way. But yeah, so I really liked I really liked the crocheting stuff. It's one of the things I learned, but I learned that because I was very touched by it as a kid. Like, I found that it was very good, and my old blanket has fallen apart because it's old. It's been with me for like 30 odd years. And so I want to recreate it and make it into a full-size blanket so I can sleep with it, like, just so I can be comfortable with it, because I find that crochet blankets are really nice during winter. They're really rough to have during summer because they're very, thick and stuff. But point being the same. My hope is to try and recreate it, and yeah, I know. And then obviously if I have kids, make more. I like to try and crochet things as gifts for people as well when they have babies and stuff. I have a friend we have two friends. One's got a baby on the way and one's planning to have kids, and we've already made discussions with them what they would want from me as a gift. I'm making one a baby blanket that's going to look like dragons, and then I got one that wants a monkey blanket. And the monkey blanket's going to be interesting because I don't have a pattern for it, but I've seen it, like, online. I think it's not going to be that bad. It's mostly a flat blanket, except for the monkey's head, so I'm thinking that, like, I can figure it out via, trial and error. Also, this water being here is kind of interesting. Not because it's unusual for it to be here, but it's weird that there's so much rocks around it. Looks like a geyser more than a thing. Can we go this way, please? have time for this. Interesting. You know what? We're gonna keep running. I think we're almost close to the door. Yeah, we're close to the door. I don't care. As long as one of us dies, we'll probably be fine. I say as the healer goes down. Oh, there's a camp. Never mind. We don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it. It's worth it. It's worth the trek. This whole map is called camp something. That'd be hilarious. Rage bait you into it. Okay, so we've made it all the way over here now. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here because we're about 35 minutes in, and we've made quite a trek over here. But that gives me a lot more of a headway over here. Alright, so I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for everyone who hopped in. I'll see you next time. Bye.
And we can just